Okay.
There you go.
All right. We're gonna begin this by asking Chris an important question. Chris, how much homosexual sex do you have every day?
Hold on just a second, I can answer
When I
that.
went back, she was like, "Oh wait, I forgot to tell you. You don't need to.
Every
You
day.
can just look it up."
I got it.
That's too much.
Not too much.
Yeah, it actually is.
Bro just nutted on me.
What did you say?
It's a clip where I said, bro just nutted on me.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I have the time.
Yeah, we all know you have we all know you have that. Zeus.
Joe Rogan says.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I was looking that up.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny when Joe Rogan said the N word
Yeah.
27 times.
during
Like
Black
20.
History Month. He's not racist. He just said the N word.
She's using it in a good manner.
Well, I have to ask Mr. Logan a question.
Oh, Joe Rogan?
He's a bald guy. He said N-word 27 times. He's alright. Yes, there's a
Adios.
He doesn't look nice.
No, I don't like that.
Telling him you said that.
You should.
Ian me, huh?
I'll beat him up. You can style switch on.
3.8 GPA.
How much right now? You got like what?
3.9.
Fuck you. Like from what? Super fucking nutrition class, bro. I hate that class.
Yeah, is that my guess? 3.8.
On the podcast question. There you go.
7.
I'm not saying it.
3.6.
I have a 3.5.
I'm not checking. Olivia?
You forget it. You have your phone.
No, I know, and he knows my password. But I still hesitate to give him my phone. I was like, I'll just give you my phone, and then he can't get in. And I was like, wait.
You try to be super.
Would you mind if I just check something really quickly?
You like the show?
Why do you guys need to know my GPA so bad? It's a 3.6, okay?
Higher than mine. Chill out. You got this.
It's lower than mine, so it's okay.
I don't want to talk about biology.
You forget it's 2 against 1.
Well, if you think about it.
You're a midget.
So we'll win.
I'm not gonna
You have trust issues with me? What have I done to you? You've traumatized me more than I've traumatized you.
That's true, but like...
Exactly.
chill. Actually, last year, the conversations we had...
You started them, and you made me listen to that.
No, you literally, you're like, what if we do this? And I was
Whoa. We're not getting good audio, man.
Hey. Oh, we have to do this so we can record, don't we?
Thank you.
I forgot your password. I typed it in wrong. We did it the other way.
What?
Cause I went 690.
No.
Yeah, it is.
There's an 8 in there.
630. There's no 8.
Oh.
It's not an 8.
Wait, is it 360693?
No.
630639.
No.
Yeah, it is.
Oops. 6'9"?
693.
Oh shit. So now if you ever forget my password, just go back to the podcast. Actually, I'll change it soon enough.
Soon, I have to be learning a whole nother.
I know. I've had this for like 3 years. Because I used to switch it every other week because my siblings would keep guessing it. And look what we started arguing about last year. That's great. And that's all.
I still remember you were. I remember I went over to you and you were like, I was anxious because I thought you showed miles and were laughing at me. I was like, I would never do that, and I still would never do that.
Huh?
Because when we were listening to the audio, yeah, like, I was anxious because I thought you were going to show miles and you were laughing at me.
No.
You said that to me. You told me that during lunch, and I was like, I would never do that.
Oh, yeah.
And again,
You guys like scared me because like Miles kept looking over and I was
Isn't that the paper?
maybe he heard. I feel like he heard. Maybe a little out.
no, but we didn't even have it that loud.
It was in my.
My chair go.
Take your chair.
Isn't that the paper of
I mean,
podcast?
maybe he heard it a little bit. But,
Well, where's my chair
How
go?
the fuck you chairs?
maybe that's why he's been up. That would make sense because he was still looking last year though.
Isn't that the paper from last year?
Still going?
What about no? It's them talking about like.
I will stop recording myself.
No.
Wait, hold on.
We need the audio.
We need the raw audio. Okay.
Raw audio.
We need the raw audio.
I trust
Yep. Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, you just
That's on my
yeah,
side.
yeah.
I gotta get quick.
No.
Alright.
Scooch away from the table.
Alright. If you could have a billboard with anything on it, what would it be and why?
A what?
I
If you could have a
you
billboard with anything on it, what would it be?
Dude, pull your mask on. I don't know the. I don't.
Number 7, goddamn. Racist ass piece of shit.
You could have a billboard with anything on it. What would it be? If I had a billboard, it would definitely be my tweet that I wrote that I had. It was a picture of a monkey pissing in its own face, and it said Donkey Kong. That's what I want on a billboard.
My grades started out as like a 2.
Why?
It's funny.
Because biology, I bombed biology.
Great audio. Alright.
And then coloring career, they had like an A and then a B+.
Oh, I got it. Alright. I got a good photo.
I was so close.
Seth Rogen says the N-word clip.
That's what I put. The rest of my grades have been 8. So
You got an F in biology.
no, I had a D and a C.
You suck at this class.
Alright, it'd be
It's
this
okay. I
photo.
had like a B and then I
It'd be to stop animal abuse.
Bro, I swear, there's this picture, and Chris is fucking choking his dog.
I did not
He
choke any
killed
dog.
it. He killed
did
his
not
dog.
kill any
What was
dog.
your dog's name?
Ponchos.
Poncho. He killed the dog named Poncho.
He's still alive.
It's a little fucking chihuahua.
It's not a
Honestly, I
chihuahua.
would choose one.
He choked it out and then threw it on a wall, and all of its bones broke.
Okay,
Chihuahuas.
I hate chihuahuas too. I think they're annoying.
I did not.
Let me see. Wait, Chris. Let me see.
I did
Tell
not
me
do
that's
that.
not your hand.
Let me see.
That's not your hand.
How is that not your? Hey, let's do
There has been evidence to this.
any other what, Chris?
I have a break.
Any other hand?
I'm so confused.
I have a scar on my thumb, and you don't.
What scar? Ain't no scar.
Exactly, so it's your hand.
It's 240p. I can't pick up a scar.
240. Let me see it. Let me see it.
It kind of is.
How do you turn up the quality? Post it on YouTube. Post it on YouTube. Go to 1080p.
Here's my login.
It's like you're shaking it.
It can't go that high.
Alright.
1080 isn't
This
possible.
will be a seasonal billboard for Black History Month.
No. No, that is not okay.
Yeah.
When we play the game.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to say it? Say it. Say it.
Go ahead. You already have.
Konnichiwa, watashi wa Olivia desu. That's all I can say.
Why did you say several things in Spanish and Japanese?
She only said something in Japanese. She introduced herself.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. I wasn't really listening.
That's
Oh
my
my
go-to
God.
statement when I'm nervous now.
I swear this class gonna open
You're just
canvas every
introducing
fucking
yourself.
day.
Yeah, konnichiwa.
See what Michelle did?
No.
When do I ever fall in love?
You're right.
Shit, I need to do that.
Sure do.
Oh, you didn't respond to my text.
I read it and then I read it. Samantha was talking about it. I'm like, okay. Sorry about your being going through tonight.
Could have been like, sorry.
I had pretty much everything
I just
in.
felt
What are action molecules?
I know there's been more since then, but I'll keep working on those. So some sort of trends I'm seeing. So for example, like the career journals, they have you putting in specific information. A lot of the entries I'm seeing are, well, yeah, they're the same. Or they're copied and pasted from somewhere else. But the ones, that's a whole other problem. The ones that are actually done, a lot of them are just not, there's not much effort. It's like, let's see how much or how little I can do and turn in bare minimum. And it's just sentence fragments or maybe not even that. The questions that are asked or the information that's asked for isn't given as if whoever did it didn't even read what they're supposed to do. It's just gotten to the point where it's pretty poor. We've got to develop some sort of intrinsic motivation to do it for the sake of learning it, and not for the sake of doing it to get a good grade. That's it. And I guess it's just going to end up being, it's going to be a good grade. It'll be poor effort, I guess, is going to get a low number
Eternals.
It's just gotten that bad. And that's not to say everyone. There's some people that are doing a good job and putting in effort and all that. But,
Watched the movie like 3 times.
it seems to
Dude, I've
be
seen it once.
spreading.
It was okay. Like it was okay.
I think we discussed it last time too, but just use of time.
Sorry, I was going to ask, but you're still talking. It's about something else.
So
You said time.
there's generally a lot more time to work on things than most of you realize. A lot of time is wasted with other stuff. And we said we're going to move a little faster through these because we've wasted a lot of time already trying to allow for people to get things done, and then they just keep dragging the feet, taking forever to do it because you have to do other things and not focus on it. So it's going to go faster. But I mean, some of you that haven't finished things and are still behind on a lot of it, it's going to seem like it's going to pile up fast because we got to keep moving. There's no tests or quizzes or it's not like you have to memorize it, you're doing it. So some of you just need to do it when we're doing it and not waste time and try to do it 2 weeks later. Because then you try to do it faster than you could, and you have no idea what you're doing. And part of that too is you get behind, you go into the assignments tab in Canvas, and you click on the assignment name, and then you just try to do an assignment, or the student response sheet, which has, that's in place of the notebook, right? You know how many times in the procedure it says in your laboratory notebook?
Yeah.
That's we don't have those notebooks, so I basically printed it and put it on paper. But that's pretty standard in a science class. I know most have gotten away from that because most people refuse to do anything, and for some reason we continue just moving everyone along. But in a science class, it's pretty standard to have a notebook and record everything that you do. Because we don't want to buy $15 notebooks, we're just putting it on paper. Project Lead, the way it has their own notebook that they sell. It's got a fancy cover and it's got different sections and things, but it's basically a notebook. So that's where you're recording things. Okay? It goes along with the procedure that's in Canvas. And I'm still seeing a lot of people who just try to do the questions. They don't go through the procedure, and now they're missing a whole bunch of information and context, and then they don't know what they're doing on the questions that they're supposed to answer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So especially if you're behind, but in general, we need to get in the habit of using the procedure pages. And so, I guess I'll go through this. On the home page, where it has the daily agenda, usually the pages that are linked are the procedures. Okay, as soon as this warms up. So if you click on that, it'll take you to that whole procedure with all the instructions. Okay? The assignments tab will just take you to what was turned in from those things. So, let's say, this is from last week. So if you click on this, it'll take you to all of the instructions, right? It's got the introduction, and it has all this other information, and it also has the questions and everything that you're supposed to answer, right? And those are things we should be going through. But then these questions, where it says laboratory journal, the conclusion questions, all those things, you're writing it out on the student response sheet. Does that all make sense so far?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So then, if you click through the assignments tab, mine's going to look different than yours.
We don't
I
have
think.
I don't have an assignment.
Or what is it? To do or
Home, grades, ag, so learning.
We have 3
I have
tabs.
grades and ISL learning.
We have home and grades.
The only thing we have is like the home menu, and we can do it.
yeah, one that says grades.
Yes.
Somewhere in Canvas, people are clicking on things that take them to assignments.
Probably grades.
Yes. Or something.
So where are you clicking on?
I don't know.
Home, and then I just scroll and find
Grades.
the
And it tells you what to do.
I press home. I don't know what we're doing.
Do you have somewhere in Canvas that says like assignments that you still need to turn in, or that are missing, or something like that? Okay.
Some kids don't have a home.
Chris.
When you go through whatever pathway that is, and you're just looking at the assignments, that's not the most effective, because then you do what I was just saying and open up the assignment, and which is where a lot of people had confusion or so I don't know how many questions in the last few days. I never got the 244 handout. Okay? Excuse me. If you just go through the assignments and you look at the name and it says 244 handout, most people are thinking it's a handout that you're supposed to do. If you followed along during class and or went through this pathway, you go to 244. So if you go through 244, there's 2 assignments here: informational handout, career journal. And so this first part here, create an informational handout titled "What You Need to Know About an Exam."
Ready to.
Okay. So if you're just looking at the name of the assignment, or try to work off of the student response sheet, again, you're missing a lot of information. Go through the procedure page, read what you're supposed to do, and it'll tell you what to do. And then obviously the second half is the career journal. I don't think there's as much confusion with that. Although, I guess that brings me to what I started with. There's quite a few that probably didn't even read what was supposed to be done here, because what was turned in wasn't followed specifically. They've laid this out to give you pretty specific instructions as to what to do and what to include on certain things. Use those resources. When
Spend like 2
they'll
hours trying
tell
to
you,
figure out what to do.
I just
like
did
for
it.
today, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I know this is pretty vague, use the internet or other resources to research the following. And generally what happens is, you might Google something once, definition of enzyme, you put enzyme in, you copy and paste whatever comes up, and don't even bother to read it. Because I checked what people turned in, and that's exactly what I had to do to get the exam.
Wait, we did Surviving Extremes Chapter 5.
Okay. At least,
So this is just wrong when I have like 20 missing assignments that we haven't done.
that's still pretty bad, but know what you're doing.
We probably did.
Yeah.
So when you define these terms, you should be defining them. You should be putting that into your own words, or at least having an understanding of what you're saying. Right? So kind of from here on out, just put a little bit more effort into doing this stuff correctly and not as much worried about, well, I got it done, so it's checked off the list and I get my points and I get my grade and all of that. Okay? I know you've been led to believe the last 10 years that that's what school is all about.
That's cool.
I don't really get much out of it. I don't know if you've really looked back over the last few years
I just put online.
what you really learned. Okay. So the more effort you put in, the more you're going to get out of it. Okay? Whether
Yeah, can we move the table a bit?
that matters to you or not.
Thanks.
The other thing, not as bad this semester, but I'm still seeing people that are turning in the same thing, 4 or 5 people. And so,
Do I have to turn in each one of these?
you know,
Yes.
do your own work. If you're collaborating, that's fine.
I'm be for that.
Write your
It's really
own
easy.
or
No, that's what you did on the paper.
I know, but there's like an assignment for like
Okay.
each one of them.
Next thing,
Like, look, there's like
and
12
sometimes it's
assignments.
because
Do I have to turn those
we're
in?
after lunch.
So do what you didn't do in class.
No,
Here, Matt, I got you.
I don't know.
When
I
there's a
don't.
ton
I
of
don't.
people,
Because like you can't.
and
I just.
it takes so
I feel
much
like I
longer
have
to get
69.
the whole class started.
No, Matt.
Okay?
Matt,
So
you
if
just
you've got
turn in what you
specific
didn't do on
questions or
paper.
if you just need a paper, that's pretty quick. But try and wait till we've gone over things as a class, you have time to work, and then check with me on those things. So just find a good time. That probably goes for the bathroom too. But,
Yeah, because I have a C.
sometimes you gotta go.
Yeah, I legit have a C in this class now, so I have to get stuff done.
Okay, also with assignments. So apparently there are a couple of things, and this was based on the idea that we were going to turn things in a more timely manner. And so the lock dates were basically, I think, 2 weeks after we were done with it. And it hasn't done anything to improve percentage of submissions. So there will be I think, a week from Monday, if I remember right. So that'll be everything that we've done from Unit 2, which was just 2.4, but all those things. Definitely by next Monday, that's the deadline for that. There were a couple of things that were locked. I unlocked those again, so if you have some of that old stuff,
So next Monday is
submit
like
that.
everything from all the past work, all the
A week from Monday. So we have that. It was a 4-day weekend. That the 18th, next Friday is an e-learning day,
Yeah. So
and then the Monday after that.
so this upcoming Monday and then the next one.
Yes,
All right. Cool.
a week from Monday.
And then all of everything behind is gonna close. Everything behind is gonna close.
Dude,
I'm just making sure I got this right.
Everything from Unit 2. Does it? It should say that on there somewhere when it closes, right?
So like Unit 3 is not gonna close.
I'll probably start doing it. So like 3.1, which for that's 311, 312, will be a certain time. 3.2 will be a certain time, rather than doing a whole Unit 3. Right? So I haven't looked at the calendar to see when all that will.
It didn't.
Okay, so again, for that, if you had some old things that you tried to submit and it was locked, it should be open now, but not indefinitely. So get that stuff done and turned in, or we don't have to worry about it.
Yo, what's his name?
So like, are the eye tests?
Yeah, he has the both head backwards.
Okay, so the I,
It's backwards.
242. Okay, there's still a lot of questions on that. Again, if you go through this pathway, we were working on it kind of the middle of January, and maybe I relabel these or something, but the first one takes you to that procedure page, and it has the background and the procedures and steps for all that.
No, stop.
This just says follow the steps here, and they give you another link. Okay. The second one is the one that had the online tests.
Dude.
Okay. Now, I went back and changed these, so if you click on any of them that don't say online, there should be nothing there. They're not even published anymore. So I can see it, but I don't think you can.
Oh, okay.
it's not
So
available.
we have to turn in the ones that are online.
So
What do we have to turn in for them? Like,
there's a student response sheet, right?
Right.
It has spaces for all the stations. If you did it online, so let's say you did the after images online and not at the table. Just put online, and then you should have, so when you click on this one, there's specific questions for these images, right? Because, and I know it's confusing. The reason for that is the directions for the in-class activities, the images are different with those than they are here. Okay? So the questions are different. Right? The ones here were like the flags. If anyone looked at them, they were like the playing cards.
do all those.
It's like the American flag and the Japanese flag.
Okay, what's your question?
Maybe.
I did like 12 new things for this fucking.
And so the
assignment.
questions were directly
one did you get done on the
pertaining
paper?
to the flags. What did you see and all that?
Not all of them. We didn't finish.
When you go to this,
Okay, well,
it's got
check which
building
one you didn't get
and
done.
Did you submit? Did you submit?
colors,
Did you for
different
two
things like that.
SRS?
I see.
So the question
Did you
is-
just not do the one? Did you just
Right.
not submit the
So
ones that we
that's
didn't
why
do?
they're
check what I
different
did.
on one versus the other.
Because
If
I
you did
didn't do
online,
the
just
conclusion
on paper,
questions,
just put
and I have to finish
online
2 for you.
and answer those. If you did both,
There you
then,
go.
then you get, then you can do both and get the points for that and on the student response sheet. It won't, if you did it in class but didn't do it there, you're not going to get a 0 for that. Does that make sense? Yes. So again, I know it's sort of confusing. I think the ones online are better. You see a better experience, right? You see certain things that I think the optical illusions are better than the booklet, and so on. So that's why it's a combination of the in-class ones and the online ones. Okay? I hope that helps clarify. I don't know. I mean, if you have specific questions, does anyone have other issues with that one? Okay. So if you have specific issues with that or questions or problems, let me know and we can sort through that. But
What does that have to do?
I know it's a little confusing, but just work off that list. If it's online, you can do it online. And just mark on the paper that you do online.
So I have to do the. I just have to do it online for marketing.
Yeah. And then you do it online.
We're getting there.
Does that
Yeah, and I
make
have to
sense?
like answer the questions.
Yeah.
Fuck me, dude. I
Really?
don't know.
It's a simple question.
No, I know, but I don't want to do it.
All right.
That's not the hard part.
311. Again, I know we went over this. 311. The first page of that was fill in the blanks. Okay, you remember doing that?
Yeah. I have to finish 2 for 1.
And the main reason for that was to make sure that you read it because that story they're going to keep
There's
referring
only the
back
IDO
to
section that I was.
throughout Unit 3. And so 312, it says, think back to the story of Tomorrow Prosperity. They're referring back to that story in 311. And there were people emailing me about that too. Like,
Oh.
there's no story. It's the intro to 311. They refer to it a little bit in 312, but that's what they're talking about. It's not like a whole book or something. And so I know we talked about it during class, And that makes it that much more important when we're
What was
talking
it?
about things in
2.3
class that
point
you're
feedback.
paying attention to that.
What's
and
the
not
2.3
playing
point
on
feedback?
your iPad or having other discussions.
Or we did we just not? No, I think we did that last.
Because some of that information is things that you should know.
I didn't do no feedback.
And probably could just write down an answer if you have that part done.
What?
So there have been times where we did it together in class and do it. Stay with us as a class. Some of those things would be too bad. Anything else? I think that's it. I'm sure something else we'll talk about for you. And that's it.
Thank you.
All right. So 3, 2, 1.
You're not gonna do it tonight.
No, I'm going to.
I'm gonna call him to it.
So now we're looking at what are action molecules.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you
And
do 2,
notice
4, 1?
items
I
turn
can do
in,
the 2, 4,
and that's a
3
good place
myself,
to
but
just set what you have to do. And still follow the
Already done with
procedure.
that.
I know, can you help me with it?
Model of enzymes.
No.
What?
Your response sheet, I'll get that to you in a minute. And
What?
concept.
Oh,
Right. So I'll just read this. Catalyst. Alright. Chemical reactions are essential for life and occur in all living tissues. Regulating homeostasis depends on properly maintaining these reactions. Enzymes are an important component for that maintenance. Enzymes are a type of protein called catalyst. If you remember from biology, or maybe chemistry, has anyone had chemistry yet? A few. So a catalyst is just something that helps a reaction occur or speeds up, go faster. So something like heat is a catalyst. It causes those molecules to move around faster. They bump into each other at a higher rate.
It's Black
They'll
History
react
Month.
quicker than if they just sat there without the catalyst.
I love all my African Americans.
So an enzyme is a type of catalyst, but they're specific to living things. A catalyst facilitates or helps a reaction to occur more readily by reducing the energy required for the reaction to occur. That's the activation energy, if you remember. The catalyst is not part of the actual reaction, does not change the chemical reaction, and is not permanently altered by the reaction. It does, however, facilitate the reaction and can be used over and over again. A simple example that I can think of that's not actually a catalyst or an enzyme, but sort of to image or get an image in your mind, is like an ice cube tray. Right? You have, if you're trying to make ice, you could just pour water into the freezer, and it wouldn't freeze. But then you have like a big block of, or sheet of ice, and you have to take it out. You could just keep the water sitting outside, and it may freeze, it may not. Depends on the temperature. But if you have the ice cube tray and you put the water in the tray, put it in the freezer, it helps make ice cubes faster than doing the other thing. Does that make sense? So that ice cube tray helps catalyze the reaction of freezing water. Once you have the ice cubes, you can take the cubes out and you still have the tray, and now you can make more ice cubes. Right? So the tray isn't part of the ice cube, right? You don't put the whole tray in your drink, I don't think. But you take the ice out, and you can put more water in, make another reaction, take that out, have another reaction, and so on. Same thing with an enzyme. It's just facilitating that reaction. Once that reaction's done, the product is released, and you still have the enzyme there to do another reaction, take the product out, and do another reaction, and so on. All right, does that make sense?
What?
Okay, so most
Your
chemical
problem?
reactions in the body are dependent upon enzymes, almost all of them. Enzymes are highly specific and work only on, work on only one substance called its substrate. Okay, so in chemistry,
Maybe not just
you call that
just didn't do
the
this.
reactants. Okay, and hopefully again in biology, when you talk about photosynthesis and cellular respiration, you had those, the formulas, the reactants are on the left side, the products are on the right. Okay, so when you have reactants in an enzyme, it's called substrate. All right, so in this activity you'll learn why enzymes are specific.
Okay. I think there were a couple of questions.
So, step one here, and again, I'll give you the paper.
There's space on here to take notes, but it says use the internet or other resources to research the following information about enzymes. Now here, don't just Google enzymes, copy and paste whatever pops up and move on. Okay, at least read what's on there, see if it makes sense, see if it's the right definition, and make sure it fits. Okay? I've seen, not necessarily on this assignment, but people just copy and paste stuff that just doesn't pertain to it, but they have the right keyword pop up, and so that's what they do. So enzyme substrate, the importance of enzymes. This is one. It's not necessarily so you stay alive, or so you don't die, or stuff like that. Those are very basic. What types of things are enzymes doing? Types of reactions are they catalyzing?
Chemical.
Give some examples.
I mean, yes.
Right? Come up with information that gives you an idea of why we need these in the body. Okay. How are enzymes named? Where are enzymes made? The next two, the lock and key model and the induced fit model. See if you can find information on that, but I linked a YouTube video here, and she kind of goes through the difference between them. Right? And then the function of active sites. And that kind of goes along. She also talks about active sites in there too. So take notes about those, and like I said, there's space on the paper here to write down some notes on those. All right. Number 2, create a concept map about enzymes using. You don't have to use inspiration because it doesn't work on there. But you can draw it by hand. You can use a web-based program, whichever you prefer. You're using this information that you just looked up. Okay. Everyone good with concept maps? It's kind of like a web. It's got descriptors on the connecting lines. I'm not as picky about that if it makes sense. A lot of times they say, well, you have to have a word here to connect these two. It can be a map or a web concept map hybrid, I guess. Adding words on the lines helps explain it, but sometimes you don't necessarily need it. Okay, questions on that? Concept map? Clear? The next part, designing and building a model. Okay, so basically you're going to make a 3D model that illustrates both models of enzyme function, the lock and key, and induced fit. Okay? There's stuff up here. It's just crap stuff that's been accumulated over the years or bought. Not necessarily, some of it's for other activities and assignments, but you can use whatever's up here. There's styrofoam, especially if you look at some of the models. Styrofoam, and cut pieces out of that, and then fit them together. So there's plenty of that. But whatever other there's also clay in the filing cabinet there, so that might be easier to sort of mold clay into the shape that you want and show it that way. So you're making a lock and key model and an induced fit model. You could, because it says prepare a 2 to 3 minute presentation describing how your model demonstrates both possible explanations. We're not going to do that because what ends up happening, because you're all making an enzyme, your description is pretty much the same. Like, here's our enzyme, and here's the active site, and it's the same thing over and over and over, and everyone just kind of loses interest. So instead of doing that, we're just record someone and then submit it again. Okay, so it's like a short video explaining it. If you've got a few people, maybe have one person describe the lock and key, one person describe the induced fit. There's going to be another one with coenzymes, so a third person can do that. However you want to do that, but you're going to do a video, record that, and submit that instead.
So what you could do is make one model, lock and key, and then alter it to make it induced fit, and then add to it with a coenzyme, rather than having to make multiple different models. Whatever is easiest to make sense to you for that. Okay, and then there's a spot to submit the video there. Okay, and then coenzymes. Again, research coenzymes, function, 3 different types of coenzymes, and then foods that are sources of those. There's some questions in there to answer. Return to the concept map and include coenzymes. So again,
Dude,
if that's your map that's up there on the board.
We're not using this one.
It's gonna be a short podcast.
It might, depending on how you organize this, you could say coenzymes here, or maybe it makes more sense to just have a branch off of here. Right? Either way, it depends on how you organize it to add that in.
It's Mr. Lowe's feature on the podcast.
Right? And then once you got
Mr.
that
Lowe's
done,
feature on
there's a
the
spot to
podcast.
turn in the concept
The
map.
Mr. Lowe
Sorry,
episode.
the concept map there, and then the model there. Okay. Questions on any of that? Test these out. And then again, if you have specific questions or things that you need, let me know once we get started here.
Dude, I wanted more. I want 2.
Time to do nothing. Alright, time to. I don't want to do the middle. Why did I have this photo though?
That's just a little.
That was the one. That was the one where we looked at the point and seeing how far away it becomes blurry. You're trying to focus on it, and then oh, it's blurry there. Back here.
I don't remember the name for me.
Realize, do it right now. Look at it. Focus on it. Is it focus? So at some point you should focus on it, right?
Why?
When you focus on it far away, that's all they're doing. There's a distance where your lens can't change based on
I like your handwriting.
yeah, for that distance.
No.
Why gives it so much space between diagrams? It's so weird.
Yeah, seriously kicked from the podcast.
Do it online.
In the last 7 days, Safari has permitted 15
I'm gonna do it.
Are you?
I was gonna put 13 for the date.
Dude, I swear this shit doesn't work. Hey, dude, this stuff doesn't work because I can still see the dot. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I just didn't do that one.
Really?
Yeah. I don't feel like answering the question.
Alright, well, I'm gonna do
My
that.
pencil. And a pencil.
Remember that one game?
Or just some lead.
Yes, you may look at my neighbor.
I need lead.
Give you a whole bunch.
Okay, thanks. I do not remember.
What game was like that? You remember that
The
one?
patty cake game?
No, that's not. Slide. There you go.
Right. You do right now.
I'm not doing that game. It's
Right
gay.
now,
It's
right
gay.
now,
It's
right
gay.
now.
It's gay.
What's wrong with that, Chris? Go. What's wrong with that?
I don't like being involved in gay activities. It's the 2/8/22.
Well, I mean, at some point,
It's 9. What the hell?
Oh, my God.
when it says what's the definition, that's okay.
There.
The key is, do you understand what it's saying?
There you go. It's P.
So a fraction is what makes it. You read it.
Mary. Why do you have like nothing to say then to your home?
Oh my God. I have so much. I don't even use it
Oh,
anymore.
I use it for like. Oh, I save it.
Organ transplant? What is what?
Oh, that's for English. This is for thesaurus. This is dictionary. You guys just don't say the important
Mine
stuff.
did have like AP.
Man, actually doing the work.
I'm going to. I think I'm gonna do all of 242 today, and then I'm gonna finish 241 like tomorrow or some shit. I don't know.
That just bothers me.
Because I have a fucking C- in this class now.
Still passing, baby?
Yeah, but I don't want to have a C-.
Yeah.
My dad's gonna beat my ass. I do. If he sees that I have a C-, my ass is gonna be fucking red as shit.
From the back?
Yeah, that was the first day back. So,
You put O in front of it? Fucking
Yes.
loser.
Fuck off.
you're creating.
09? What the? Ugh.
What?
I don't know. Don't do it. Don't do it, Matt. You're not putting O.
Okay. I only did. I didn't. That's not a no. It's a little smudge.
It's a fancy too. Fucking bitch.
Wait. Oh, I wasn't looking anything up.
I put speeds up chemical reactions.
What does an enzyme do?
It's the
It's a catalyst for chemical reactions.
Nerd. Alright. So, okay. Can you like not take up like half of my writing space?
Do you have the definition of the substrate?
Okay.
I'll look it up. I trusted you. Enzyme.
Once he sees, I already did my paragraph. Now I gotta
Hold on.
what I got before.
Copy. Paste.
I know. I'm super stoked. That's everything.
Catalyst.
Isn't, I don't remember what substrate is. So I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, that sounds like my 8th grade biology quiz. Bro.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go out of my way to make these sandwiches like really like, or I say really easy to make. Or like
Chemical reaction. Bam. Substrate.
Would you mind if I let you take it? Oh my god. Wait, you think I'll know you took the picture.
I did.
Bro, you're not giving me the right definition.
Okay, so it's like, so what's this?
Okay, so.
So it's like getting a sweater and then hang it up.
Yo,
Molecule.
wait, does the enzyme break down the substrate, or does the substrate break down the enzyme?
I don't know. So I'm assuming that enzyme. It's the enzyme.
Yeah, me too.
Hold up. Enzymes catalyze chemical reaction in the body. In the case of a single substrate, the substrate bonds with the enzyme. Alright, that's yeah, get over there.
Yeah. The base on which an organism lives.
How if I search up a specific?
Which part? So the rods have to be.
Well, no, when it comes to focus, the rods are the things that are trying to well, I think it's the lens and the retina is the thing that,
Molecule.
It's fucking great. Hey, bro, it's on the podcast, man. You see how fucking dumb you are.
Molecule.
Quote that, bitch. Quote that. Quote it just to remind yourself.
More. Enzymes do not need codes. Or are people that are in the mitochondria?
what is the specific enzyme? Like, vitamin
Break down.
I know what it does. What is it? Yeah, exactly.
Shit.
And it's like,
We need to have more
Logical catalyst.
Substrate.
a numerous complex.
like
Posting it to
the wall.
Yo. From what?
I don't know.
Hey, lifting my seat. Let me see if I can lift it.
You can't lift
Left-handed? Move your thigh.
What?
Move your thigh.
Barely.
This is left-handed. You try left-handed.
I have to turn around.
Then turn it around. Okay. Let me try it right now.
I grabbed the train of the leg.
Some of these things are answering my question. I'm asking where they are made, and then they just go off.
All right. So which ones did we do?
Do
Importance of enzymes. I mean, that's kind of easy, honestly.
name and match?
What? I mean, it literally causes every chemical reaction in the body. Like, don't they?
Etc.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
What? I'm writing. No problem.
You folded my paper.
I did not fold. I did not crease your paper. There's no crease. A wrinkle.
Then you wrinkled my paper.
Enzymes. Powder.
Okay, that's easy. So, how are
Chemical.
enzymes named?
After Black History Month.
Okay.
A lot of boys.
Digestion. Liver.
Wait, are you guys doing how are enzymes made or named?
No, we're in the second one. I don't know. What?
I don't like that one.
How are enzymes named? Is it just it's based on the substrate they? Okay.
The parents choose a name.
John. John Smith. John Smith.
When I start working, I'm gonna buy her some Johnson.
Alright, so they are there. It's after like their chemical or what? After that, okay. Effect. Bam. There's
What are enzymes made of? I don't fucking know.
where?
And then I found
It's gonna be a shitty episode.
This is a shitty episode. I think we should scrap this one. Scrap this one.
The only thing interesting is probably in the beginning when me and Lori were fighting.
No, y'all talking about trauma or something like that.
Huh?
It's fucking boring.
Yeah.
No, me and him were arguing over something that happened last year.
Yeah, we get no context.
More.
Oh, no, trauma.
Trauma.
Yeah.
Trauma?
I said trauma.
I said trauma.
Yeah.
We said trauma.
Yeah, so trauma.
Oh, did you say that she was a January Aquarius?
Cancer, so get it right.
Jesus fucking Christ. I don't care. I don't care. Why should I care?
Don't talk to me if you're born in this month.
Don't talk to me if you're an April Taurus.
I'm fine.
I'm sorry,
Wait,
man.
I think my dad's a Taurus. I think my dad was born the 21st. Wait, okay. Wait, is April 21st a Taurus?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Can you look it up for me?
No.
I feel like you should know. That's like pretty important.
Yeah, I feel like if you don't know the dates of the cusps, that's a problem.
Cusp
Okay.
are real. So.
Jesus, I hate astrology, dude. I swear. Okay, listen.
What does it do?
Okay,
What does astrology do?
Dude, okay, legitimate life advice. If you want to get a bitch, fucking read up on astrology.
It's a Taurus.
Like read up on astrology. If you want to get pussy, start talking about astrology around some bitches. Like honestly. Like quite. See,
Fact,
like, she
bro.
agrees with me. It's so true. It's so true. Literally, if you want pussy, say something like Mercury is in retrograde or some shit like that.
What if she actually knows it's not?
Yeah.
You really look an idiot.
Exactly.
Well, okay.
And then she'd be like, why is this dumbass?
Be like, why are you like making?
Oh, because he's a fucking Taurus or some shit like that.
Dude, he must be a fucking Scorpio. He's stupid.
Hey, don't make fun of Scorpios, man.
Are you a Scorpio?
Not really.
If someone was born on 9/11, what sign would they be?
Capricorns are high.
Bro, I hate a Capricorn.
Bro, I'm a January Aquarius, and according to Isabella, that's a bad thing. Yeah, it is.
And what a Capricorn.
I'm the first day of Aquarius.
Oh shit.
On the 21st.
Oh, that's fine.
Capricorn traits. Ambitious, organized,
Wait,
practical.
did you just put are made naturally in the body?
I forgot about that. I was looking at... Yeah, okay, yeah. Dang. What are matches for Scorpios? Oh,
So I can see your sun sign, but I can't actually see. Do you know your birthday?
I guess my mom was like, big something. I was like, oh,
My mom's like, it was 5:30.
body.
I said 8:32
Bam.
because that's when I think that's what I think. Because I knew it was one in the morning. I was like,
I need.
I'm gonna find me a girl.
I wake up at the time I wake up.
Best. It's blocked? God damn it. Alright, so if anyone is a Taurus, Cancer, Capricorn, Pisces, or Virgo, hit me up at 574-849-5987.
What?
Oh.
Oh, you want to know my astrology? I mean, around this topic already.
No, you don't get to plug yourself in.
I will put myself in this. Deal with it.
You're not even.
We're gonna edit it out. We're gonna edit it out. We're gonna submit it, and then we're gonna say, and we're gonna put. I'm gonna put it in the comments. I'm gonna say, skip past astrology section. Starts at this timestamp, ends at this timestamp. Yeah, it's like, and in their description, put please read the comments and pin the comment. Pin the comment.
Alright.
Watch me be the favorite.
Watch everyone.
I'll just delete your comment.
I'm bored, and you guys are shitty. You guys are shitty people. Okay,
Shitty people, you're just a Scorpio.
I'm not even a Scorpio, you
Cancer.
dumbass. It's better than what you are. Anyways, my son is in Cancer.
No, Cancer.
He's a January Aquarius. You're a February. There's a difference to me because he's shitty and you're not.
See, the thing is, the cancer is bad because it makes people bald, and bald people are bad.
Bitch, I don't. You got a point, but still. You got a point, but still. That
Well,
hurts.
actually, you know what? I love bald people. There's some bald people I actually
Matt,
love.
do you have your astrology thing?
Anyways, I'm.
Yeah.
You do? What thing set up?
Wait, no.
Do you know
Okay.
your birth time?
So let's restart this.
Okay.
My
I
sun
know
is
my
in
birth
Cancer.
Your time.
My moon
My
is in
time.
Aries. My rising is in Leo. And that's all you need to know because the rest is a shit show.
Mercury and Cancer.
Why would you tell them? No, but and
Why don't
then
you have? You should change your hair.
well,
You should change your Snapchat model hair.
you see, Bella did it for me because she was bored one day on the bus. She was like, "Give me your phone, I'll do it." Because she was looking at my Bitmoji on Snapchat, and then she was like, "This looks stupid because you don't wear this anymore." And then so she redesigned it, and this is what I look like now. She did good. Yeah, a long time ago, and I never changed it because of. And Bella changes hers like every 2 days.
The 21st.
Duolingo, your day one streak was frozen. It was frozen. I need to stop. I'm sorry. What pronouns do you want? Do you want he, she, or there? That's the only options.
Wait, what?
What pronouns do you want for your birth chart?
He.
Okay.
What
Okay.
do you think?
1 a.m. 1 a.m.
I'm a
what?
cisgender
Wait, 1 a.m. or
white
p.m.? 1 a.m. or p.m.?
What?
p.m. or a.m.?
A.M.
a.m. and then what time? Minute?
Like 1 a.m.
Oh, that's fine.
I don't know.
This is why he's an
Okay, where were you born? Like what city?
Like, were you born at?
Downers Grove, Illinois.
Actually?
Yeah.
Okay, how do you spell that?
D-O-W.
Now you get to know about math.
E-R-S. Grove. I don't live here anymore, and I never lived here.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. We live here right now. We're going to school at whatever high school they have there.
Downers Grove High School.
Yeah, totally.
Thing.
Are you oh. Why was it
I don't think that's right.
It's 10:40 in the morning.
That's not right.
10:40 in the morning.
You're supposed to do it like all of it at once.
This class quite literally makes me want to fucking kill myself because I have so many assignments and so much to write. I'm done.
Because it's not popping up.
No one did anything last hour.
What was it? Down
Wait, do I need the hospital or the city?
Hospital.
City.
You want the
Well,
hospital?
the hospital too.
City.
Because it locates this corner.
Yeah, but like it's not gonna give it.
Oh, that's what I did, and then I found it from there.
Okay.
Do you want the hospital?
Yeah, where is the hospital? What city is it?
Downers Grove, Illinois.
Okay, so the high school Downer,
Downers Grove? I don't fucking know. Man,
Minnesota.
Illinois.
oh, Illinois.
Chicago.
It's near Chicago. Just put Chicago. Just put Chicago. It's close enough. It's like right next to
Found it.
I told you to put
See?
it facing
Oh my god.
Listen
you're
to me.
so-
Don't listen to Jesus. Listen to me.
He literally had it right though.
I'm smarter than him.
Okay, his
my
sun's
heart.
Aquarius,
In my
his
heart, I
moon's
am.
Gemini, his Mercury is Capricorn, his Venus is Capricorn.
Shit show is what it is.
So basically, his Venus is the same as me.
What the fuck does that mean?
His Venus is the same.
What does that mean?
His Venus? Oh.
What?
Okay, wait, what's his rising? I want to know his rising.
Yeah.
Weird. It's weird.
Mercury, Venus.
I hate
Why
men.
do people just keep scooting forward?
Yes, you stop scooting. Can you scoot it back a little bit? Because it's pushing onto me. Thank you.
Mr. Load.
Gracias, senor.
Are we working on this on Friday or
Can't
not?
find his.
This, like the.
Oh, I was right.
Yeah.
Fucking right. His ascendant is Scorpio. I was looking my
We'll
Olivia.
probably use some of the time.
Okay.
Because there's a lot.
Because I don't think we're gonna have time to do that. But like
Yeah, there's a lot of people that were using today to get all the
Oh no, she's actually right.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess.
Wait, mom, I asked her for what time I was born.
because I think I'm gonna be able to do like the
She's like, run, don't go with that girl.
concept map, but I don't think we're gonna finish it.
So, yeah, we're going to flex with it.
Okay.
Oh, I fucking knew it. Your rising is Scorpio, and I guessed it.
What does that mean?
Okay, it says Scorpio ascendant people have a lot of presence. This is something about them that tells the world that they are to be pushed around. Their manner compounds respect, and in some cases fear. Scorpio rising people can be
This is you.
quiet or loud, but they seem powerful and determined. You either love or hate Scorpio rising people.
I hate
They
you.
rarely are people who go through life unnoticed. In fact, some of them are confused when faced with the fact that they get strong reaction from others. They seem to look right through people and see through
It's
superficial.
not specifically.
This can be quite intimidating to some and intriguing to others. Scorpio rising
Alright,
people and deals
sorry.
with others. Look for answers
Please,
by reading.
No, you just said you hated me.
Other details are describable people.
We're friends. We're
Say it's a class activity.
okay, what do you say? Ow. That's not what I fucking wanted. Did you answer that one? The basics of lock and key.
Do you need to control your environment, Matt?
Yes. No.
Yeah, you did.
I really don't.
I don't know. May I please?
You know,
see-
as long as there's not someone who's like actively opposing me, then yes.
I don't actively oppose you most of the time. Most of the time, I don't actively oppose you. It's only. In
You
times
sure
of-
about that?
Yes. I wasn't fighting with you at lunch.
Posing right now.
Fuck you. May I please see your paper? Please, sir. Please.
Oh no.
This feels good.
Fuck you.
Bow down. All of you bow down to me right now. All of you bow down. Oh wait, I can't say that. Bolivian, Mexican, Cuban, something.
Mexican.
Okay. I can't say that. I'm the only white person at this. Like, I'm the
Get
only,
out, get out.
Colonizer, come back.
I'm a colonizer apparently. I hate that term so much. Like I know I'm white and I can't say anything, but like
Don't get the tug on you.
it's not my fault. Like it's not my fault.
So you can't
like,
be prejudiced against white people, however, you can't be actually racist. So it's racial prejudice, but it's not actual
You join
racism.
the Proud Boys.
I'm not
That's the
joining the
difference.
Proud Boys. I'm not.
Oh my god. I
What is
kill
wrong
myself.
with you, Chris?
It's just one of those days.
I'm not a Nazi.
It's just one of
You're
those days.
a Jew.
I look so Jewish.
You really, you do though.
I know, right? It's 'cause most of my, I know. It's because most of my. I have a lot of family that's really Jewish. Like really Jewish.
I just look like a fucked up Mexican.
What?
I just look fucked up. Like the genetics did not play right in this.
Yeah, you can't say anything. 6 million of my people died. Hell.
I have no idea what a shirt looks like. I didn't know
Man,
that.
please see your paper though.
Oh, character rating.
I'm trying to.
I thought you were like charity.
Basically.
I should put facial
You
features.
should have just put Cuban.
No. That's not.
Why'd you do that?
Ah, shit. Fuck. I tried to put basics of the lock and key model, but I put basics of lock picking. I'm gonna kill myself. I hate this school.
See, there's so much. Look, you look just like her.
No, I.
Mark Cuban, isn't that like your dad? Should save it. Looks just like you.
You should just look up facial features.
Drawing the good.
What?
Why are you so close to it? It sounded scary. Which one are you?
There are many white skin.
Because Edian said I look Algerian.
Who did?
Edian.
Oh, I know who that is. I actually do. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
she was in our English class last year.
I don't have your English class.
Last year with Miss whatever her name was. I
Oh,
didn't
she
like
was
her.
in our English class.
Her and
I didn't know she was. I didn't know she was in our English class.
There's no good like
I actually didn't.
because there's a lot of like darker skinned people, and then there's also it gets very pale.
I'm just pale.
See,
Are you
look,
like a milk baby or
see that?
something?
Did you see that? No, I'm
say
fine.
milk baby.
I'd be fine.
Milk baby?
I wouldn't
Never
be.
heard that.
Really? Really?
Okay.
You've never heard that? That's crazy.
Now tell me.
It's just like a really
Bella.
white Mexican.
Yeah.
Ah, shit. Bella.
Yeah, my accent was not right. How does it go? I'll be fine.
I'm bunking with Amaya, Cadence, and Laura.
Yeah.
Until you
Probably not
get
gonna
that.
happen.
Probably gonna tell Florian is your.
Either that or Damaris and Bianca.
Why not?
Because Valeria's probably gonna go with Eric.
Oh, let's do that. Eric was probably gonna go with Tanya.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a room of 5, so
It's pretty much failing.
I'm nervous. I'm gonna go with Fair. Isn't Fairfield gonna be there?
They have Latin culture.
There, but not like with us.
They're fake.
But what if?
It's just because they have European.
Exactly.
What if? Oh wait, are you
They're
so
next to the British.
It's okay. Actually,
Never mind. I can't say what I wanted to say.
Okay, I'm not getting this.
Sorry.
I was like, maybe
I didn't get into
but then I realized, wait, no, you're
sorry for my siblings. Zoe.
She has one? Oh no.
Okay,
She
do I?
got 0% Cuban. She has 10.
Oh yeah.
Why? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think we. Okay, with our practice from what was it Monday? I think we are because we did pretty good and we kept up with Bianca at the end. So.
What are you?
And I did that back then. I'm proud of myself.
Bro, I'm so happy. I got out of doing it.
I fucking hated you for that because I was the first one. I was traumatized.
What's wrong with that? I don't know. Any Jordans that cost
Did you see me
$20.
stumbling and she was picking me up? It fucking felt so weird because like I think it was back then, so I was like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?
One person, I don't remember who it was, they went over and then
It was me and Lizzie. Me and Lizzie. Lizzie fell on my face. It was a fun experience.
Good job, bro.
Really was. Do I look Algerian?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
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 Maybe.
Like, yeah.
You're like a 23 find out.
Fucking milk baby. It's a no mind.
Fuck you. You're right. You should buy. Okay. I should. Oh my god.
What? That's what she said.
That's what she told me.
I forgot. We were recording.
what time is this?
I just want to say, like, the first, like, 40 minutes of this is, like, the most boring
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, we had to just listen. That's why we couldn't talk
They
about.
said somewhere like some kids don't have home like early in the
Oh yeah. I was just saying.
Fucking milk
You should
baby.
buy me a 23andMe test.
I should buy you one?
Yeah.
After you said that I'm a bitch. After you
I didn't say you were a
fucking
bitch.
hate me.
I said I hated you.
Exactly.
Because you were being mean to me. You're an instigator. You bullied me.
I'm the instigator. You're the one who's like, oh, he's probably a Scorpio. I'm like, what does that mean?
It wasn't even me. It was Bella.
I said you would be a Scorpio rising.
I still
Exactly.
don't know what that means.
I know it's wrong.
Does that mean I command authority?
Basically.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It just means you have a big presence.
I
Hey,
wonder.
Hassel, can you buy me a 23 test?
What
No.
about Ancestry.com?
Actually, no, don't do Ancestry.com. Actually, don't do either of them. The government takes them both and uses
It
them.
doesn't matter.
Use
They
them
want
against
to
it.
anyway. They take blood.
Oh yeah, that's right. You had to immigrate.
So if they really want to,
They have to take DNA tests.
they really want to spend somewhere else. That's their issue.
No, my dad did jump the
What if they
border.
have like a
It's not gonna get
deportation
much.
system?
What?
What if they had like a deportation system?
You know they call my dad a catfish
If you're
because
over
he
50%
swam across the
Mexican,
river
you
and
get
jumped the border.
deported. What the hell do coenzymes do?
They
Not how are they
co-parent
made? How are
the
they
enzyme.
What?
Name by adding
I'm
the suffix
I'm a shit show today.
I don't know what that means.
name of the suffix.
No bueno.
Yeah,
Bitch.
not good. Not good. I'm not good today.
Good.
Not mentally okay.
Can y'all like, there you go.
Why do you guys keep moving it?
It's closer to me.
No, you're not that important.
Guys, stop.
Put it in the middle.
I
That's
swear to
where
God.
it was.
I'm gonna punch someone.
Here, otherwise it's not even.
But it was close.
I'm punching people.
Domestic violence.
I'm punching the viewers.
Okay, you're gay? We might fall in love.
Listen, I didn't break it, okay?
Not yet.
I don't like sevens.
I'll buy you a new phone, Isabella.
Can I just be done for the day? I don't want to do this.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna finish this probably tomorrow.
May
because I
I
need to.
paraphrase?
I didn't know progress reports were tomorrow.
They are? I'm fucked.
If my dad sees this, I'm screwed.
It's only this class, because all my other classes
This is
are
the
like,
only
oh,
class.
B's
This is
and
the only
A's.
class I have a C in. This is the only class I have less than an A in.
If anything, I'll do what I normally do. Throw it away.
And I'm gonna try to finish literally everything
I
tonight.
don't even let them see
Unless
it.
it's straight A's, then I'm
Like my sister, she'll come when she picks up her daughter, and then she'll be like, "Oh, there's a report card." I'm like, "Oh, thank you." And I throw it away.
I actually
'Cause
throw
don't
it
pay
away.
attention.
No, I always throw it away because my dad thinks I always get A's.
So you just let him believe that lie.
Yeah. So if he ever just like, yeah. So I saw your grade in Power School. It says
Your dad has power school?
yeah. He like checks my Power School.
My mom
My
does
mom
too.
checks my power school.
She checks it, and then it's when I feel like
yelled at me the other day.
like this.
It's just your parents check your grades.
Yeah.
Really?
Not really.
Like they have power school type of shit? Okay.
Only C I've gone in since like elementary.
Wait, do you have a C in this class too?
In Spanish?
Oh, you have a C in Spanish? I have an A in Spanish.
How does this white man
How
have
do
an
I?
A and not you?
I'm literally like 100%
Oh
white.
yeah. So for the first assignment,
I have an 80 for 80
for
to
the
98%.
for the vocab,
Literally
11,
98.
She said I did the illustration, bro.
What? Oh, she did that for me once, and I got an F on it. I was like, what the fuck
Yeah,
do you
that's
mean?
literally what I got.
What do you mean? I literally drew a picture.
And then for the translation, I did them all correct, and then she said I did one wrong. I don't know how.
Yeah, no, I need to do like
Maybe
all
she
the
just
work for
hates
this.
actual Hispanic people.
Where you at?
She just
Jealous
she's
I actually
she's just you can actually speak Spanish. All right, I think my grade is an 80%. I'll take an 80% right now. That's fine. That's fine. If I have a B, that's
You know what?
fine.
I'll just stay up till 1 a.m. like an hour.
Actually, it's still not, but like I want.
No, I'm doing this. I don't feel like
She also wasn't there for like 2 weeks.
I just want you to know, Jesus, she's not there. Like probably at least half of the semester. I don't know. I swear to God, like every 3 weeks, like last semester, she just wouldn't be there for like 2 weeks. I was like, what is wrong with you? Like, do you get COVID 20 times? Like,
Suey be.
No.
I don't know. I don't want to. Can I not spell that? That's a lot of words.
I'm just gonna do it at home.
Look at how many words that is.
I've never had it.
Put the
I'm putting the yeah.
Nad,
N-A-D.
Brad.
So
NADP.
technically, I would say yes.
You guys want to know how loved and cared for we are at the school? I have to walk in between buildings while it's cold outside. This is traumatizing for me.
I could have gotten it, but I think. Wait, okay, no, I can't. I actually can't see it.
I'm sorry.
I forgot we were recording. I was about to say something.
You said something about Mexico.
Yeah, we're saying really incriminating stuff.
Oh,
No,
I drink alcohol in Mexico, but like literally everyone can in my town.
Let me go see something.
What? What did Jesus say?
Yeah.
I really like that. And so when he was singing, like,
Be a backpasser. Yeah, that's cool.
he was trying his best with tracking.
ASMR.
Our people don't like that.
You want to hear paper ripping? Is he gonna use it for something?
Probably.
I feel like a small rip. Like, teaching ASMR. There you go.
Wait, do it again.
I'm not doing it again.
Different foot.
Okay. So like. All right.
I mean, it's that and also like not that.
But one day we gotta do like a visual ASMR, not visual ASMR podcast, like camera on and everything.
I don't remember. What is this something?
That's like the ES, you know.
The end. It's like
I forgot what a noun and a verb was last year. Don't ask me anything about English.
I barely remember what a verb was this year.
Especially when I'm translating in Japanese. I'm like,
What's an accent?
run.
Run
means
Yeah, but what's the
it's when you describe someone doing something.
like they don't know that.
Some of them were saying it because they're
Probably.
I'm sick and tired of you always thinking you're
Excuse
superior.
me, bro.
I'm not always thinking that until you
Not
prove
always.
me right.
Not always.
Until you prove that I'm right. I should be. Silas says I can probably think that too. That part is really. It's like, why do you put someone's face in this? Just kidding. It wasn't about
Alright, I'm just gonna do the concept map later.
Nice.
See, she loves me more.
All right, Matt. Here's the idea. One day we gotta do like a visual podcast with camera on and everything.
That is a crazy idea, but I feel like it's gonna be bad.
That's the whole point.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna take longer to upload.
Yeah.
You've never gotten a hug from Noah?
even Silas got it.
You've never gotten a hug from Noah?
Like, so how did this sound? We get like a visual podcast and everything.
What?
It sounds
Or like
terrible. It
no,
sounds terrible.
it's a whole good idea, bro. Like camera on. There you go.
See, I'm insecure though, so.
Well, you don't have to show.
Like 5 people are gonna see it. Less than 5 people are gonna see it. That's the whole idea.
Literally, there are 5 views on the first one.
Yeah.
And then when I become a politician, when they dig these up.
Alright. Whose house? Whose house?
Oh my god.
Your sister's in your garage.
Oh my god, Gary.
What are we doing? Wait, what are we doing?
Your stomach there. I got you there. For everyone.
You got one?
Sana, sana, colito de rana. Si no sala hoy, sala mañana.
Why was that so white?
Yes, shut up. I don't know the whole thing.
How do you not know the whole thing? Like 2 cents.
The Mexicans are gathering. For information, I am not racist. I am also Mexican.
Somebody get a pass for Mr. Lowe?
Oh, wait, should I go down?
Yeah. Hey, no belly dance.
Like the middle class.
Oh my god.
Why'd you wrap it on? He gives me the rest of it. If he doesn't have to do any work for the rest of the year. Honestly, I would pay for it.
I've paid my whole life, so I don't have to do this work.
What? Say that again.
No, I'm not incriminating myself.
She said she would pay her whole life for some shit. It was funny. It was funny.
I was I'm so happy.
Okay, no.
Oh my gosh, you're singing. I bet you if someone listens to this, I'm gonna be the annoying one that they hate.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where's the wallet?
No, it's mine.
I'm worse in real life.
What's his name?
Hold on, say that again?
Yeah.
What?
That's what my jackass did.
What if I fucked a guy, but as a joke?
Yeah, because it wasn't the fat guy.
Oh,
It wasn't the fat 40-year-old.
I say record it.
Online, yeah.
Huh? Record it.
Record one. I didn't know you wanted to go.
There were like 50. There were so many. They squashed one like to that thing.
They know. No, it was thinner than that. It was like
What the hell?
it was like as maybe it was like as thin as like this.
Yeah, literally.
Bad.
Yeah, it was bad.
How does that not?
He didn't seem
Hydraulic press. Hydraulic press.
he didn't see, it didn't seem like he was in pain either. Honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly, maybe because he was on hard.
Yeah, he wasn't hard.
Yeah. So like maybe it won't hurt as much.
He would literally have to break like 1 billion blood vessels if he was. Like
A billion.
It's
Like-
a sponge. What?
say it again.
It's a sponge, literally.
Bro, it soaks up water. Bro, you ever been in a bath and suddenly your penis just starts absorbing all the water? Like,
bro, all the time, bro. I hate when that happens.
I hate it when that happens. Bro, I hate it so
You gotta
much.
fucking bring that shit out, bro.
I know, it sucks. It sucks.
But your guys only picks up like 2
I have to keep the water running. It jacks up the water bill whenever I take a bath. I actually haven't taken a bath in like years.
Neither have I, bro.
Like I only take
Let's
showers.
take it back together.
I took a bath.
Okay. So Olivia, do you know what I want to do? I want to get drop kicked by a kangaroo.
How to write it down? Well, I have to write
No,
it
bro.
down.
I thought we were gonna beat up a kangaroo.
I want to do that too. I want to beat up a kangaroo, but I also
have the reason to beat them up.
yeah, sure. I want to get drop kicked, and then when I get out of the hospital, I want to beat the shit out of them.
I want to do the bull one.
I want to do the wedgie one. You're in the middle. You're in the middle.
Like Matt and Silas on the side.
No,
Jarrell in the
it's
middle.
me and Rogan.
Oh,
Yeah, it'll work with Rogan.
remember that wedgie scene?
You know the one with the 3 wedges?
I'd be completely naked though. I don't even want to.
Oh, you just want it up your ass? I like to poke like your like intestine, like the wall of your intestine. Oh, why not? Anal fissures.
It's always
death.
nice to describe.
Mr. Luke probably is hearing exactly all you're saying right now.
What? Anal fissures is a thing.
Oh my god.
It's
I'm
like
so sorry you had
what?
to hear this.
It's not that bad. It's like an actual like condition. There's like little like hairs in your anus.
He doesn't like.
What?
There's like little tiny holes like where your anus meets like your intestine.
Can you diagnose me?
Oh yeah, sure. Does it hurt? Does it hurt after you poop?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes, bro.
Bro, sometimes it's just too much.
I was like violent poops, like they burn.
Podcast has been Matt.
Oh, I know exactly. Taco Bell, after eating Taco Bell, man. Oh my god.
First podcast has been Matt went up to confirm Mr. Lowe's address.
No.
It's literally the very beginning. Like,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's how it starts off.
Yeah.
So this whole podcast is just traumatizing Mr. Love.
I just got like the guitar chords from Jackass.
So true, so true. Next time Cameron and Peyton say that, I'm actually just gonna beat the shit out of them.
What?
Like, I'm actually gonna beat the shit out of them.
Hey, so real quick, we got like 3 or 4 minutes left. Friday, we'll take maybe half the time to do the model. Or I guess finish up.
What is that?
3, 2, 1. If you're still behind, because I know a lot of people are turning on stuff today. If you're still behind, try to work on that
At home.
during advisory, at home, outside of class.
Why'd you look at me like
I
that?
didn't. It's a natural reaction.
It has been proven Chris hates me, and I'm feeling very hurt. I might kill myself because of this. You'll hear it in the podcast. I watched the episode.
Actually, I listened
Yo.
to the first one.
Just listen to it while waking up.
There's a lot of things I don't remember how. Apparently, that was a part of it, and I didn't
Alright, he's
remember
done.
saying.
Shit, I don't want a screenshot.
I need to
Alright.
pee.
Welcome to Jackass. It's me. What's the guy's name?
Hey guys, it's Johnny Knoxville.
It's me, Johnny Knoxville. Welcome to